Going to tell you a little bit about an artist called Henri Matisse. He was born a long time ago in 1869 and he died in November the 3rd, just before I was born. And this is one of his paintings from 1904, where he painted using lots and lots of different colours to create something that made sense. But as he got older and he had to use a walking stick and he couldn't reach and do paintings as easily, he changed his style and started to do cutouts. Now he used plain paper, but I used paper that I'd drawn on in my art classes, where I'd done lots and lots of different colours, like this blue and this green, and then I'd done a scary wood in all sorts of colours to portray the darkness. And then I'd experimented with two colours that I think work really well together, which is a kind of maroon aubergine and yellow. So I'd done lots and lots of things, and then when I was doing this class where we're learning about Matisse, I decided to use that and cut it up. So the teacher said to us, get some scissors and be free with your scissors. Move the paper and move the scissors and just cut around freely. Don't think too much. So she only gave us a few moments and she got us to look at different things, like a dancer, a trapeze artist, and we had to quickly cut them out without really giving it too much thought. So at the end of the class, which took an hour, I stuck mine onto this white paper, and I particularly like this one, which is this trapeze artist who's just hanging by one hand, and I just thought that was wonderful. And I liked the feeling of being free and just letting go. So I then had cut out some lovely plant-like shapes in different colours, and then just thought they worked well on the black, with some other shapes of animals lying, and then somebody just stretching out, and then like a cat I imagined to be just leaping forward. And I love the fact that Matisse uses basically more just single colours, but I quite like the fact that I've used some paintings and cut them up and then put them onto a black background. And then I did some copies from some Matisse sculptures where there was people lying down, and then I did another plant, but there just happens to be somebody's face in the top because that was what was on my piece of paper. And what was really lovely was that I felt really free when I was doing it. And I was sitting here in this room, which is where Tata used to paint, where I've always been a little bit like, oh, I don't really know whether I can do this. But now that I've started, I feel like it doesn't matter whether you're really fantastic at something or not, that it's all right just to do it. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry on. So I've got another class tomorrow called A Room with a View. And the other day I did drawing with a stick, where I had this stick that you got on one of your walks, and I put this charcoal on the end, and drew with that. And that was quite difficult, having to hold it at arm's length and somehow draw something. But again, I enjoyed it because I just had to get on with it. So some of the things I did are under here. And again, we only had like a minute or so to do them. So I think I had a minute to draw this face with a stick on the end. Then I had to do some copies of Chinese characters. Very hard to control it with the stick. Then I had to not look at the paper and just look at the drawing and not know how wiggly it was going to come out. And then I had to draw myself without actually looking at the paper, which was this one. And then towards the end of the class, we had to just choose three objects and again draw them with the charcoal, and we had to do them from different points of view, which I did there very, very quickly. Much harder with the paint to actually do them. And then we had to do all sorts of experiments with this charcoal on the end. We had to do our face from 3 different points of view, which I did. And then we had to do a very simplified version of ourselves after having done quite a lot of other very quick sketches just to get the essence. And that was a more detailed one, which wasn't in the style of Matisse, and she wanted us to sort of let go of that. So anyway, that's what we did, and I'll let you know about my other classes and how I get on with those. Bye bye.